welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're talking about global pen friends, so if you want to hear more, please like, subscribe and leave a comment down below. It really helps the channel out. So I've been with global pen friends for about 8 months now. It was one of my New Year's resolutions to try some offline hobbies and to really just kind of connect with anything that wasn't on a computer, because I was getting really sort of mowed down by just staring at a screen all day. I really wanted to get into letter writing. I know it's something that isn't done as much now, and I really miss that excitement that you get receiving something through the front door that's addressed to you and has so much intention behind it. So I did some Googling, and the first one that came up was this Global Pen Friends. And it had very good reviews online from Trustpilot and stuff, so I figured I live in the middle of nowhere, nobody's going to come murder me, they'd have to get through all the sheep first, so let's give it a try. So it was slow to get into, I have to say. I mean, when you first go on the website, you're asked a myriad of questions, which I wasn't sure if it was going to be public or not when I first went on. And then I realised it kind of creates like a little profile for you. And that profile is reviewed individually by an actual member of staff. So it can take up to about a day for you to actually get approved. But I like that because I'm not a fan of submitting lots of information for a computer to turn me down because I missed a box. I'd much rather it be done by a human. And from what I can gather, most of it is done by humans, which really appealed to me. You have a lot of options on this website as well, whereas if you want to be email, you can go email. If you want to be snail mail, that's what they call it, which is more my thing, which was letter writing, you can do that. You can send candy boxes. It's kind of what you make it, and you put on your preferences on your profile. So the big question, did I make a pen friend? Yes, I did. I actually made 4 in the space of 3 months, and I'm still in contact with them today, and I really enjoy writing to them. The frequency, it kind of changes depending on the person, because, you know, people have very busy lives. One of my friends is a university student, and she will go away for long periods because she's got lots of studying to do, and so I hear from her infrequently. And one of my others is, I think she's working in something like more like public facing, without, I don't want to give too much of her information away, so she has more time on her hands and I hear from her a lot more frequently. These friends are from all over the world, and it's really cool to get those packages and to be like, this has come from literally the American continent. It's amazing. And it is something I've noticed, that these conversations I'm having with these people, because they're so intentional, they are lasting such a long time, and I'm able to put down more thought into what I'm writing because it's not instant messaging. I feel like I'm a bit burnt out from instant messaging because it just becomes noise to me. And I've had so many wonderful and deep conversations with people about philosophy and history and their community that I haven't even had with my friends that live a few miles away, because it is so thoughtful and intentional. So in terms of safety, I feel quite safe on this website because it is moderated so heavily by human beings. I believe the website is actually Australian, so your moderation can come in the middle of the night, but I have noticed that I've not had any spam. I've not had anyone being inappropriate with me. So in the search bar, you can filter by men or women, and you can set on your profile who can contact you. It can be purely men or purely women, and you can set an age range too. So I think it goes all the way up to 99, but if you were 21, you could put 18 to 25. In my case, I am in my late 20s, I'm 28, and I have put 26 to 32. I would be open to speaking to people beyond this, but it's just what I put down for the purpose of trying this website out. You could also, if you have a specific interest in, say, Korean culture or Mexican culture, or you want to meet someone from South Africa, you can actually put whichever country that you have an interest in, or multiple countries, and it will search for people in that area that want to connect with the same interests as you. And you do have a full list, and it is quite an extensive list of interests that you can tick off to show people what you have an interest in. So mine are very art-based and crafts-based. I'm really into photography, so that was one of the main things I put on my profile. And I actually got a really great response from people purely because I wanted to do letter writing, and I put that in my bio that I really wanted to do letter writing. It was really cool as well to be able to speak to people, and my Spanish isn't amazing, but I hadn't used it in ages. And it was really nice to actually get an opportunity to try speaking Spanish and to speak to a lovely lady who was from the south of Spain, and it went well. She didn't tell me that I had told her to eat her babies or anything, so I'm gonna tell that it went well. I'm currently learning Swedish at the moment, so it was really cool to speak to some people in Sweden and actually practice that with people outside my family. The great thing about the website as well is it does have a free section. So you can message one person every day, which I think is to prevent someone just going around and spamming like 60 odd people. I think most people have the free membership, and I think that kind of controls how much messaging you get, because it can get overwhelming at times. When I first came on, I actually got an overwhelming response of messages. I had about 12, and on the free plan you can only access the first 5, which since then has not been a problem. I don't need more than that at any one time, but it was quite an influx, and you do get email notifications and it can get a bit overwhelming. So having that sort of restriction, so somebody has to really think about whether or not they want to message you and why, because they use up that allotment for the day. So it's bringing it back to intentional messaging, which I think is really amazing, and it's such a breath of fresh air in this day and age with things like instant messaging from Facebook and such. I do feel like it allows you to make more meaningful connections as well. So I have been speaking to at least 2 girls for months now, and I do feel like these are friendships that I will continue with. I really do get excited when I hear from them, and it's just it's everything I wanted. I always wanted a pen friend when I was a kid, but I was too scared to go and do it because of, everything going on in the world, and I wouldn't have known where to do it that was safe, to be completely honest. And if you are under 18, I would very much advise that you have a parent manage the account and do it with you. I wouldn't advise that you do it on your own, because there are dangers of doing anything online. You don't know who these people are that you're speaking to behind there. All you can hope is that the moderators are doing their job, which in my case I've not encountered anything dodgy, but there is always a potential of that with anything online. There are some downsides, but I suppose it's a downside depending on where you're coming from. So like any website, there are inactive users, which means if you use up your allotment for the day and that person is just not using the website, change their emails, never going to get the notification, you do lose it for the day. There is also the chance that they may just not want to reply back to you, which is completely fine as well. But it is, if you do have to be quite active on the website to make sure that you're actually putting yourself out there. I've seen some people complain about the fact that they've sent messages all in one day and then not heard anything back, and then not gone on the website for 2 months and then wondering why they've not got anything back. You do have to put in to get out with this sort of website. The slow response times are slow. I have friends that message me once a month and friends that will message me back within 10 minutes. And I'm okay with that. That personally does not bother me because, like everyone else, I have a lot going on. And when I want to do this, it's a relaxation thing for me. I do this to kind of come down from my day and to really enjoy the messages that my friends are sending me. So I don't mind sitting down once a week to answer all my messages, but it is once a week. So the people that message me will see a few days to a week until they hear from me. And it can be longer. I have friends that don't message me back that often and some that are very, very quick. So you have to have an element of patience with this platform, because again, you have no idea if this person has sent you a letter back yet or if they're going to send you a letter back. So far I've been very lucky and I've not been kind of ghosted by anyone, but there is always that potential, and the postal service does go wrong and letters do get lost. So the big question, would I use it again? Will I continue to use it? Yes. I've had an absolute ball using this website and I would recommend it to anyone. I think it's a really great way of meeting people outside of your friendship zone and slightly outside of your comfort zone as well, because people have a lot of different interests and there are a lot of cultural differences, which makes for some really interesting conversation. So yeah, I'm going to keep using it and I'm very excited about that prospect. Would I recommend it? I actually already have. I have been recommending it to anyone that will listen. So if you are somebody who is looking for a slow method of living, a slow method of writing, and to get excitement back from mail, this is a website for you. If you are looking for a fast way to build a friendship group and to have lots and lots of conversations very quickly, this is not the right website for you. You would be better off looking at something like Bumble BFF or another website along those lines. I have also used Bumble BFF, specifically when I was going to uni and stuff, so it may have changed by now. But they are very different. Same principle, but very different. If you want me to do a review of Bumble BFF, leave me a comment down below and I will definitely look at that. Thank you so much for watching my video and I hope you'll tune in again on my next video.